When you decide scaffolding can change lives as well as skylines. By the time they stepped into that arena in Las Vegas, AK were not tourists. Build it, dismantle it, don't fuck it up, and do it better than everyone else. You can talk about professionalism all you like on social media. Out there, there's nowhere to hide. On this episode of The Lift, I want to take you behind the headlines into AK Scaffolding's road to the Scaffolding Builders Competition in America. Manchester-based AK Scaffolding didn't just wake up one morning and decide to have a go in Las Vegas. This is a team that's earned its shot. After turning heads at ScafJam 2025 in Lithuania, they were invited to represent the UK and effectively Europe at the SAIA Scaffold Builders Competition at World of Concrete. That's our trade's world stage again. Timed build and dismantle complex system scaffolds. Brutal scrutiny on safety, accuracy, all in front of tens of thousands of people live stream and in person. Moving through the show watching. The road to that arena started in the most honest place possible, a layer yard in Yorkshire. Aaron King at AK took the crew to Layers UK's Eggborough depot and treated it like a training camp. No glamour, just bays and bracing, repeat sets and hard graft. They drilled the same build again and again, rehearsing calls, refining the sequence, shaving seconds off every moment, while refusing to give up an inch of safety or quality. An expert piece of training. Layers Andy Dallas said it straight. They were glad to support the prep and they'd be watching and rooting for the boys when they hit the States. Look at the makeup of that team and you see why it works. Owner and CEO Aaron King brings 25 years experience in the game. Paul Ward adds another 30 years. And the core crew, Aaron Maguire, Stephen Finley, Stephen Littlehays, which is Steve, Michael Javickas, each bring over a decade of the spanners across different industries. The use of the hammer has just come recently. That's not just experience, that's thousands of lifts, thousands of problem solves, thousands of times. They had to get it right when nobody was filming. That's the issue. Can they get it right on the day? Put that into a competition format and you can feel the pride in the scaffs. As Aaron said before they flew out, they're honoured and privileged to represent the UK and Europe. And they're determined to do people proud. And here's the thing that makes AK different. This isn't just about medals and bragging rights. The company has built a reputation as a force for good, taking on prisoners and taking on ex-offenders, paying for their training, giving people a proper second chance through the power of scaffolding. When Aaron talks about heading to Vegas, he talks about carrying those stories with him. The whole team does, showing what happens when you invest in people, when you decide scaffolding can change lives as well as skylines. By the time they stepped into that arena in Las Vegas, AK were not tourists, they were contenders. In a field of top teams from across the United States and themselves, they finished fourth, right up there. They made mistakes. Without outfits like Scaffold Resource, Turnkey and Scaffold Solutions, all judged by a panel of 19 industry experts. That's an incredible debut. Under the world of concrete lights, under SAIA rules, under the eyes of a global industry. It proves what a small committed crew from Manchester can do when they train like athletes and treat scaffolding like the elite craft it is. So when we talk about the road to scaffold builders for AK, we really are talking about something bigger. Pride in UK scaffolding, pride in European scaffolding, belief in second chances, and a team prepared to put everything they've learned on show at height with the clock running. That's the journey we're following on the lift this week. This episode is available all across our platforms, and trust me, it's just the start. AK Scaffolding and European Scaffolding in America. Watch it and enjoy. On the lift, we talk about systems, competitions, and big industry stories. But today, I want to talk about something more important. Who gets to stand on those lifts and what it means when they do. Because AK Scaffolding is not a perfectly marketed team. They are not a carefully assembled poster boy crew. There's no take that on show here. They are real. Band of brothers born from a labour-only company, not a full scaffold firm. Aaron King's mad vision that is powerful and real. It brings so much joy to us watching. They are proud to be a team and their friends. All have lived real lives and they've lived them hard. The team don't work together every day on site. They come together for these competitions as a unit to try, to dream, to test themselves, to show that scaffolding can be a road to redemption, not just a job. This is a team that carries a fallen brother in their hearts every time they build and compete. Nathan Malett, his flag goes up at every event, not as a brand accessory, but as a promise that they don't forget where they've come from or who they've lost along the way. On the day, seeing the tears in the eyes of Steve when the flag goes up is so real and moving. You can't buy that passion. You can't buy that friendship and commitment. This is scaffolding. This is the brotherhood of scaffolding. This is what we've come to watch. Look at who is on that team. Team AK. Aaron King is the heartbeat and driving force behind AK Scaffolding, a scaffolder who has turned lived experience, hard lessons and pure graft into a business with real purpose. Coming from a past that wasn't straightforward, he's never shied away from his history, instead using it to shape a company built on second chances, discipline, hard work and doing things the right way, on and off the lifts. As a founder and director of AK Scaffolding, Aaron has grown the business from little local jobs to a nationwide operation and on to the global stage, leading teams that now represent the UK at major international scaffolding competitions. His vision goes beyond contracts and staffing. Through AK's work with prisoners and ex-offenders, funding training and opening doors into the trade, he's showing how scaffolding can change lives, not just skylines, proving that where you're going matters more than where you've been. Then we have Stephen Finley. He's a true time-served scaffolder, the kind of bloke who is at home on a city high-rise as he is hanging under bridges, viaducts, building technically designed, heavy design scaffolds. With miles on the clock and jobs under his belt, up and down the country, he brings calm experience to every site he steps on. Firms like Linden's loved him, and what he brings to lead from the front. He's the scaff who turns up, gets his head down, and quietly raises the standard wherever he's working, reading drawings, adapting to awkward layouts, and keeping things safe at all times without any dramas. Always working, always reliable. Steve represents that old school travelling scaffolder spirit. Go anywhere, graft hard, leave the job better than you found it. Then we have Michael. In Michael, you've got a man in recovery, rebuilding a strong life without substances, day by day, wedge by wedge, using scaffolding and competition as structure, as purpose, as proof that he's not defined by his past. He's proud and worked hard for his recovery. He's making great strides. He told me he's proud to be a scaffolder. and competing in a trade he loves makes him so happy. He said, "I'm just a scaff from Manchester." He's not. He has dreams and is reaching for them. Instead, you've got an ADHD crew member living in a world of meds and noise, channeling that energy into precision, timing, and the kind of hyperfocus you need when the whistle goes and the clock starts. He's a real scaff. He came from nothing and is building a life, a scaffold at a time. He's often called the best scaffolder in Manchester by others. He's too modest to say it himself. He's a great lad, Jeff, and a hard worker. Then we have Wardy. Paul Ward is the quiet force behind AK Scaffolding, the backbone of the business, and the man Aaron trusts to make things happen when it matters most. Day in, day out, Paul is the one turning big plans into solid structures, keeping jobs moving, lads motivated, and standards exactly where AK expects them to be, right at the top. On site, he's Aaron's right-hand man, the first call, the steady head, the problem solver, who's seen it all and still finds another gear when the pressure is on. He leads from the front, shoulder to shoulder with the team, earning respect, not with titles, but with hard graft, consistency and calm decisions. Paul doesn't chase the spotlight, but everyone at AK Scaffolding knows the company doesn't run the way it does without him. He's got two brothers, Jimmy and Zach, who are scaffs, so it runs in the blood. He's a scaff for life. Two daughters and a grandson, a family-centric lad. It's a shame he's a Man United fan, but he's hard-working and he's Aaron's number one man, even down to the mad tattoo. Aaron Maguire couldn't go to America, but he's part of the team supporting from the UK this time. Next time, back at Scaff Champ, Aaron, better known as the Scaff Man, has gone from street-level grafter to one of the most recognised figures in the UK scaffolding game, both on-site and online. Through his raw, honest content, he's turned everyday scaff life, the mistakes and lessons learned, into motivation for the next generation. Now, a proud Scaff Champ ambassador, Aaron carries that same energy onto the international stage, championing high standards, safety and pride in the craft. His past includes a criminal record, but instead of hiding it, he's used it as a platform for change, fronting his own foundation, the Scaffman Foundation, focused on giving people second chances and better pathways than he had. His story is a road to redemption, proof that you can own your own history, do the work and still build something positive for yourself, your family and the wider scaffolding community. Aaron King is still the leader, the force behind the adventure into competitive scaffolding. That's Team AK. We should all be proud.
Hi, Sina hier vom Brauns Gerüstbau. Wir sind hier fast bei derselben Location wie beim letzten Mal, wieder auf dem Projekt eines unserer Kunden hier in Deutschland. Wir stehen hier vor einem 20 Meter hohen Treppenturm, den wir mit einem Systemgerüst natürlich von Leier hier aufgebaut haben. Da es von unserem Kunden hier nicht gewünscht ist, dass wir in die Fassade bohren, wurde das ganze Gerüst mit einer Stützkonstruktion ausgestattet, sodass wir trotz der Höhe von 20 Metern die gewünschte Stabilität erreichen. Außerdem wurde hier ein großes Auffangdeck installiert, sodass der Weg darunter und eben die dort laufenden Personen vor eventuell fallendem Material geschützt sind. Zusätzlich haben wir an den jeweiligen Treppenenden größere Plattformen installiert, sodass man hier mit genügend Platz aneinander vorbeilaufen kann.
What's up, Doc?
On the lift, I want to slow it down and really walk you through what it feels like to be in Las Vegas for the SAIA Scaffold Builders Competition. From the middle of an arena with AK Scaffolding, you step into the world of concrete, and it's madness in the best way. Over 15,000 exhibitors, tens of thousands of people, concrete machinery everywhere. It's a mad experience. It's in Vegas. Tucked inside that chaos is our little rectangle of truth, the Scaffold Builders Competition deck. At the back of the hall, all the teams this year are there from across the United States and one from the UK, all fenced in with one job: build it, dismantle it, don't fuck it up, and do it better than everyone else. The rules are beautifully brutal, one system scaffold design. Some, like AK, had only 15 minutes to learn the design. You get your briefing, your planning window, then it's go time. I felt it was a very difficult build. There was the chance to use different assembly methods, new components, such as my favourite, the layer Twix beam, amazing. Some, like the Protect panels, are not often used. Original build time was 45 minutes, not possible. Needed an hour and a half really, so all could compete. But they were given an hour on revision. Round 2 is always an advantage. You're judged on planning, precision, safety protocols and coordination under pressure. It's not just who can sling the gear the fastest. Harness discipline, footing, bracing, measurements, ties, communication, it's all under the microscope. 19 judges around the perimeter, clipboards out, radios on, watching everything. This is as close as scaffolding gets to live sport. I live streamed it on TikTok. No announcements. 10,000 people watched it. Competitive scaffolding is the next sport to take over the world. Trust me, I believe. Let's go. The teams are a proper mix. You've got heavy hitters like Scaffold Resource out of Lanham, Maryland, who came in as defending champions. Turnkey Scaffold and Scaffold Solutions from California, with big job energy and serious system experience. There are mission critical specialists like SDB from Arizona, maritime experts like American Scaffold, the long established KC Scaffold from Kansas, Skyline from Sacramento. All the names SAIA TV have been hyping in the build-up. You've got crews that live on refineries, shipyards, high-rises, and in the middle of them, AK Scaffolding from Manchester in the UK, bringing their own flavour to the party. What I love is the way the mix extends beyond just company logos. You hear accents from all across the states. You see Latin and Latin American scaffolders, the Latinos, deep in the lineups. Guys who've brought the energy of Houston, LA, Miami, the Gulf into this one square of deck. Some teams have bilingual calls going on, English and Spanish blended, and it still works because the fundamentals are universal. Hand signals, eye contact, and respect the risk. This is scaffolding as a global language. El Salvador, I see you. There's other countries, Mexico, all these people from the UK, Manchester, coming together to show the world's greatest trade and what it means. When the comp starts, the planning phase is where you separate the grown-ups from the amateurs. Remember, round 2 has 90 minutes more time to plan. Is that what makes Scaffold Resource win? Teams are gathered around, drawings, coaches running fingers along elevations, erectors asking the right questions. Where do we start? Who adds the braces? Where are the pins? You're not allowed to build yet, but you're already competing. The team that walks out of the puddle with a clear picture in their heads is ahead before a single base jack is set on the ground. Then the whistle goes like someone plugged that arena straight into the mains. It's electric. Standards up, ledgers slam home. Everyone moves, but the good teams don't look frantic. They look sharp. They may forget bits, but they get it back. You can tell which crews train for this. Scaffold resource again. For example, they run their sequence like a rehearsal, clear roles, minimal shouting, nothing wasted. They've done this job before, surely. Then, Turnkey and Scaffold Solutions have that West Coast rhythm, clean posture and tidy gear handling. They're calm when they're doing corrections, when something isn't quite right. AK are in the mix now. For them, it's all about controlled aggression. You want to be fast, but you don't sprint into mistakes. Every time a brace goes on, someone's eye is on the node, on the level, on the pattern. There's a lot of trust in that moment. Trust in your teammates. Trust in the drills you've done back home. Trust that if you shout hold, nobody's going to let pride override safety. Off we go. The pressure's building. Can AK do it? It's a buzz. Under the noise, you've got some commentary, music, spectators. You start to hear the heartbeat of the team. Short calls, confirmations. That little yep that tells you the connection's good and you can move on. What people underestimate is how much this competition exposes the bullshit. You can talk about professionalism all you like on social media. Out there, there's nowhere to hide. If your harness use is sloppy, a judge sees it. If your braces are skewed or missing, a judge marks it. If you skip checks on the way up because you're chasing the clock, the structure itself will betray you. A wobble, a gap, something that's just not right. Do you go back? Do you carry on? This is why I'm so passionate about competitive scaffolding. It rewards the right things: planning, discipline, respect for the work. Once the build is complete and checked, you don't get a victory lap. You get the dismantle coming. And honestly, that's where a lot of real world accidents happen. So the pressure doesn't drop. It's a competition, but it's real. You're tired, you're sweaty, adrenaline is fading, but you still have to reverse the whole process like the pros you are. No chucking decks, no lazy drops, no it'll be fine shortcuts. The teams that kept their standards here are the ones I'd happily see on any high-risk site across the world. Then the area goes quiet, gears stacked, frames are down, and you're waiting. It's a weird feeling. The body knows you've just emptied the tank. The brains are replaying every minor fuck-up in excruciating detail. What if? Why did we do that? But that's for the next time you compete. You can't do anything more now. Meanwhile, SAIATV is still rolling. World of Concrete keeps grinding around you and the judges are doing the maths. My live feed is running, showing it in real term. The pressure's there. It's results time. SAIA President Mike Breedle steps up, championship belt gleaming. That belt has become the symbol. Crowd favourite first goes to Atlas Sales, the crew the audience just couldn't stop watching beforehand. Then the podium, third place Scaffold Solutions, second place Turnkey Scaffold, both from round one, impressive, and first place again, Scaffold Resource, back-to-back champions, lovely lads. 2 years in a row they've come into this arena and proved they're the benchmark. Every scaffolder on the team knew what he had to do. They were well drilled. Watch them. It looks like they've trained on this build for weeks. Fluid and professional. That deserves respect. It means their culture, their training, their mindset are dialed in. Not just once, but consistently. And then it lands. Fourth place. AK Scaffolding, Manchester, UK, Europe. For a first time in this format, in this arena, against that field. That's huge. Making the UK and European scaffs proud. It's not about waving a Union Jack and shouting that we're better than everyone else. It's about acknowledging that they stood. They competed shoulder to shoulder with the best crews in North America and came out right behind a two-time champion and two heavyweight Californian outfits on merit, on the stopwatch, under the same rules, the same judges, the same heat and noise. What matters most to me is what that says about scaffolding as a whole. If you're a young scaff or new to the world's greatest trade, you're starting your journey. Watch and be inspired. This is what you can achieve. Competitive scaffolding is hard, but surely it's one of the things to inspire the next generation. We need to get behind it more. We need a World Series. My mad brain has mad ideas for competitive scaffolding, and I love it. I love the fact that AK competed. The British team the year before came last. This is no little feat, and it was such fun with such lovely people. Brothers of scaffolding, sisters of scaffolding, all there, all with us, and it was amazing. This competition shows our trade as it really is, at its best, diverse, international, technically sharp, and absolutely obsessed with doing dangerous work in the safest way possible. As I've said, you've got US, UK and Latin American scaffolders all in one space, all raising their game because they know the world is watching. You've got the SAIA putting real energy into making a show without cheapening the craft, doing it an American way. You've got Leia and other system providers like ACPAC backing it because they understand that when scaffolders compete seriously, the whole ecosystem, kit, training, standards, it all gets dragged up. Yes, it's fun. It's allowed to be fun. Scaffs are not robots. There's banter, there's nerves, there's chats. The lads are buzzing because they're building in Vegas instead of on a rainy back street. But underneath the fun, there's something deadly serious. A commitment to treat scaffolding like the elite technical discipline it is. A belief that we deserve a stage, a belt, a crowd, a moment. So if you're listening to this and watching, thinking it's just a competition, it's a bunch of scaffs, it's a waste of time, I'm telling you straight, it's more than that. It's a live demonstration that our trade is ready to be seen, measured and celebrated at the same level as any other extreme high-skill sport. It keeps scaffs honest. It inspires apprentices. It makes old hands remember why they fell in love with the job in the first place. The world's greatest trade. Celebrate it. AK Scaffolding's time in Vegas proves that important. Give scaffolders a fair arena, clear rules and real stakes, and they'll show you professionalism, commitment and love for the craft that no glossy advert can ever touch. What a team, lovely lads. They made the UK proud. That's why I'll keep shouting about the SAIA Scaffold Builders Competition, about Scaff Champ on the lift. Because this isn't just scaffolding in the background. This is scaffolding front and centre, exactly where it belongs. Next step for AK is the Scaff Champ in Vilnius, 2026, the World Championships, June. Get yourself there. If you want to buy tickets, go online. And I'll tell you what, type in capital letters, DRSCAF, Dr Scaff. 30% off your tickets. See you there. Thank you so much for watching. That's the end of the episode. We are looking for a major sponsor of this podcast so that we can do more work, getting around the world, getting videos, getting stories out there of the world's greatest trade. Please get in touch if you wish to sponsor us. Scaffs, together we're stronger. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe.